Good afternoon. It is Friday the 1st of May. Fuck, it's May. Anyway, Friday the 1st of May. It is 4:45. I've been out in the garden having my photo taken because my Frock Friday. It's a bit of a plain frock today, but considering I didn't actually get dressed at all yesterday, this is an improvement, right? I've been feeling really discombobulated this week. I was trying to think of the word that would sum it up, and yesterday I was feeling fucking miserable, and I don't think it helped that it was raining, and lots of other people were feeling miserable, which kind of helps and hinders at the same time. And then I read a friend's post about not really wanting to go out and feeling a bit agoraphobic, and I realised that's actually how I've been feeling, that I hadn't actually put it into words. And I think because we have to stay at home, I'm sort of, part of me has taken it to a bit of an extreme, and hello Jan, and I don't really want to go out because it's all a bit stressful and a bit anxiety ridden. Even taking the dog out for the walk yesterday, my daughter took the big boy out for a walk, and he cut his paw on some bloody bottles of glass that had been left on the path, and I ended up having to go and she got the tram to an easier place for me to go and pick them up, and he's okay. He's not cut very much, but I kind of been reading other people's posts and thinking about it and working it out, is that every time you go out it's a bit anxiety ridden, and it's made me not want to go out. So I've sort of taken a little bit to the extreme. I also think, after having a good chat with a friend today for an hour, that a lot of it has been sort of an emotional backlash to sending off my grandmother's will for probate this week and letting go of another signature of hers. And I often have so many big feels all at the same time. I sort of had not ignored some of them, but I hadn't acknowledged them as much as I should, or that I hadn't noticed that's what they were. And now I feel a little bit better, if that makes sense. Sort of trying not to act rashly or react to some of these things, but actually in that way I sort of didn't react to some of them at all. And also her birthday's coming up, so it's all a bit wrapped up in that, and I'm premenstrual and the weather was shitty yesterday, and I'm missing everybody, and I want big hugs, and now I want a bar of chocolate as well, because and I want to walk but I can't be bothered, and that's what it feels like all the time. So I realised that I just felt a bit discombobulated. That's an amazing word, right? So I thought I was going to shower, going to do talking bollocks, and then I'm going to take the big dog out for a walk with my wellies and my raincoat on, because it does maybe look like it might give it a go raining again. But I figure it's better to get out and about and get on with at least taking the dog out. Not that he hasn't been out, other people have taken him out, but I sort of think I've missed out a little bit on exercise. I sort of feel a bit pissed off as well, because I've eaten so much that some of the hard work I put into being healthier before the lockdown, or hard work that wasn't hard work, I was trying to make it part of my everyday life, has sort of gone out the window, and shitloads of my clothes don't actually fit. So, and I'm also not beating myself up about that either, but I did get a bit pissed off about it because I wanted to put something on and it didn't fit. But there we go, that's just how it is at the moment. I think that it is really important to connect with other people right now, if you can, and I don't think anyone should feel guilty if other people aren't reaching out, because everybody else is living through history. This is history in the making, and when we have things happen, good and bad, that we understand and that we've practiced at dealing with from when we're little, and we're told how to deal with it, then I think we're all right dealing with it. But this is something that luckily we haven't really had to go through before. There's always illnesses and there was always other things, but to actually live through a pandemic. This is part of history, as every other pandemic has been part of history. And history in the making is uncomfortable and weird. Because never before, if we don't know how to act to something because we've not been through it before, then how do we know how to act to something? I'm missing lots of things, but also appreciating lots of things. But that didn't seem to matter this week. When I was just feeling really discombobulated, I'm really looking forward to the Buddhist Centre meditation tomorrow morning. And I must admit, since my class on Tuesday, apart from actually going to sleep with meditative sleep meditations playing, I haven't actually meditated, and I don't know why. I think I just felt all a bit shitty about it, so I didn't bother. Which actually is weird, isn't it? Because meditating does help and it centers you and stuff, but I kind of felt a little bit toys out the pram about it and just like, fuck that shit, I'm gonna fucking watch loads of telly. So I have watched a bit of telly, but I have started 2 new blankets as well, crocheting, which is cool. I've started watching The House at Number 9, I think it's called, or Those at Number 9. Oh, it's a BBC programme and it's all on Netflix. I don't know if it's on BBC Two, BBC as well, but it's very good, and there's lots of British actors and actresses in it that you would recognise, and it's all a bit fucking weird and fucked up. So think Black Mirror, but less budget, but really great writing and real twists in the tale of what's going on. You think you have a handle on it, and then you're like, oh, no, that's not the case at all. Oh, okay. But that's really, really, really good. I'm still watching Downton Abbey, which I think I'm a little bit obsessed by, and I think I've started taking notes on how Senior Lady Grantham, that's Violet Grantham, puts people down without putting them down. It's a pure art, and actually I think it's something that should be taught somewhere, somehow. Yeah, because I'd like to be able to do that. That's mean, isn't it? What else? Oh, God, yeah. Oh, I'll show you tomorrow. I received some stuff this week, but I keep on forgetting to bring it over to show you. It's one of my favourite bands, and they're all such cool people, but that'll have to wait till tomorrow now. I hope the weather holds out a little bit this weekend. The garden does look happier for having had a fuckload of rain, that's for sure. And I think I might try and... That's it, Adam. Hello, Adam. Inside Number 9. That was it. Yes, it is. Inside Number 9. It's very good. I think I'm going to sort of maybe not timetable myself a little bit more, but timetable myself a little bit more. Not like get wrapped up in keeping it to the exact minute of the exact moment, but I do think I need to start actually getting up a little bit earlier if I can. Oh, Jan, Steve said you're like Maggie Smith. Well, there are some similarities. She's very witty and she's very clever. There we go. Let's leave that at that. She's very much the matriarchal member of the family, that's for sure. And Maggie Smith and what's the other woman? She's in Afterlife. I can't remember her name. Anyway, Maggie Smith is an amazing actress in Downton Abbey, and I think she has one of the best characters. There's her and Lady Mrs. Crawley, and they have this very sort of clashy, respectful relationship. It's fascinating to watch, and it must have been fascinating to play. Hey Cherry, how are you doing? Yeah, it's a weird time, isn't it? We're all just doing the best that we can, and I don't think we should beat ourselves up about that right now. I know that being a bit agoraphoric this week and sort of being anxious this week and discombobulating has made me feel a bit sort of tired this week. And I'm sleeping so much. I think it's actually making me more tired in a weird sense. But that's what it is, isn't it? At the moment, I think if there's people not sleeping and then there's people sleeping loads. I mean, I was having some weird dreams. I spent sort of sci-fi dreams, and then last night think I dreamt about birds a lot last night, and but my bed was in the middle of the road, which seemed completely normal. Had lovely, lovely white 100% cotton sheets on it, actually, which I love. And 2 great big parrot geese, which aren't a thing, came and landed on this bed in the dream and just laid there and had a cuddle. And I thought it was great, actually, in the dream. It was a really nice bit of the dream. But, you know, it's not surprising that most of the rest of the dream was actually some sort of challenge to get from one place to the other, which most of my dreams are. Yeah. So, anyway, that's it for me today. I hope if you are feeling discombobulated or lonely or anxious or agoraphobic or sad or scared or any of the things that make this harder, that you reach out and have a conversation with someone and just check in. Even if somebody hasn't rang you, we're all going through, or text you or message you, we're all going through the same weird, fucked up pandemic shit. And don't rely on somebody else to contact you. You ring them. If you're feeling like you need help, I know that can be really, really hard. I'm not saying it like that's a simple thing to do. I think if you are feeling something that's not feeling so great, I think, yeah, contact someone. Get in touch with someone. But anyway, you guys have a lovely Friday. Frock Friday. Frock Up Friday. There's a group on Facebook if you're interested. It's a fun way of actually putting some slap on, which I have today. Anyway,